On this Friday, the 13th, we continue to pay our respects and, of course, get tributes for the late former Minister Pravin Gordhan. Announced that he died this morning at the age of 75. He was rushed to hospital earlier this week, the family asking for privacy during that time. There were prayers, obviously, by many different South Africans and organizations. But of course, today, unfortunately, we bid him farewell. BUSA CEO Cas Coovadia working very closely and no doubt being quite shook by this news, Cas, as well, as you hear of the passing. Perhaps maybe you can just give us your reactions to hearing the news.
Can you hear me?
I certainly can. Okay. It's good to have you with us, Cas. Perhaps you'd like to give us your reactions.
Well, look, this is obviously an extremely sad loss for the country, but Pravin took ill, head cancer, degenerated very, very quickly, and was in a pretty bad way towards the end. So he is at peace now, and we offer our condolences, heartfelt and sincere condolences to the family. But I think Pravin, he demonstrated and exemplified what leadership is, both during the anti-apartheid struggle when we worked closely together in the Congress movement and in United Democratic Front and other initiatives in the civic movement. Always exemplified himself as a true leader, somebody who always worked on the basis of empirical evidence, on the basis of research, somebody who was a hard taskmaster to those who were under his wing, if you like, during the struggle days. And he carried that through into his role in government. He exemplified himself in the role he played in government during CODESA, in the constitutional negotiations. He positioned the SA Revenue Service as one of the best revenue services in the world. He conducted himself appropriately as a minister. And he did all of that within the context of a very, very firm belief he always had that we are serving the country, we need to act honorably, and that's why he was at the forefront of the fight against corruption and state capture.
Yeah.
He never compromised on that. He never lost any strength in fighting that. And I think that he mobilized all of society, including the business sector, against corruption and against state capture. And I think that's what we will remember Pravin by, as an honorable leader, as a steadfast leader, as a leader who, right to the end, sacrificed himself for the country and for the people of this country. And he'll be a terrible loss. But, we have to be with his family. We have to give his family the strength that they will need to bear this loss. And most importantly, I think we need to continue to act in whatever area we're involved in, whatever little we may be doing for our country. We need to look upon Pravin as an exemplary, as an example of what a leader should be and how we should be conducting ourselves.
Yeah. If we look at your working relationship with him on a more personal note, because obviously this was a very big passion of Gordhan was protecting SARS, protecting the economy, working with the business community. He was exceptionally vocal, whether it be on a local or international stage. I mean, we remember the words he echoed during these years of, in 2017 in New York, 2016, when he was speaking against what was happening within the borders of the country and how things needed to stop. But the backlash that he certainly did receive after that, from a personal interaction with him, perhaps you want to give us a little bit of what he was like behind the scenes, because there's a lot to him in front of the media and what we hear and have been reported on him, but on a different capacity.
Well, Pravin was never one for megaphone sort of politics. He was a quiet person, a very thoughtful person, a well-read person, and I think even in personal relationships, he was warm. He was somebody you could get close to. But he was also somebody that even through the personal relationships always maintained and emphasized the need for us to actually take very, very seriously the responsibility that some of us have in the leadership position we're playing and we've been playing. Pravin wasn't one for partying and so on. He wasn't that sort of an individual that just wanted his personality. But, he enjoyed company. He always was very welcoming at his home. And he's the sort of person that took friendship seriously, took comradeship seriously, was a good family man through everything he did and all the time he spent on both during the anti-apartheid struggle and during his time in government. He remained a good family person and was certainly respected by his family. And so, he was that sort of a person. He was a quiet person. He was not an extrovert in the way that one would look at an extrovert, but he was quiet and he engaged and he talked to you on issues that were important, and he talked to you at a personal level and related to you, but in a quiet, distinguished manner.
All right. A quiet confidence, absolutely. Still getting points across when needed. Cas Coovadia, BUSA CEO, Business Unity of South Africa, thank you for speaking to us this morning. And we do appreciate your time and the condolences, of course, sent to the family and to former colleagues as well.